This is the ultimate bookish video because we're hanging out with the book besties in New York City, going to the biggest used bookstore in New York City, and we're going to be having lots of bookish chats. So make sure you're subscribed because there's new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I hope you guys enjoy. Here in New York City! Welcome to the vlog. I'm so excited to be here. I'm literally about to walk out the door to go meet up with my book bestie. You guys know who she is. She lives near this area, and I also am going to meet up with just some other good friends too. So this is gonna be a really fun video because we're gonna be doing tons of bookish things, but I wanna show you guys my view. This is my view this morning and it's actually unreal. Like, I cannot get over how incredible New York City is, how beautiful it is. I just love it so much. So let's head out and see what we can get up to.
Recall when we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice. And I knew it would catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. This road that
Guys, look who's here. This angle. I'm trying to get all of us in it.
Finally! I'm so happy to see everyone.
I didn't tell them that I was gonna like go to see you guys. Obviously they'll see by the thumbnail.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell them, so it's like it's gonna be
Surprise!
fun.
I love it. So happy to be with everyone. Honestly, like after the trip, I was like, okay, so when's our next one?
I know.
I feel like all of us honestly were like that.
Yeah,
like
literally.
even
We had the perfect trip.
Oh,
Like,
literally.
Yeah.
It was the best.
I genuinely think it was one of the best trips I've ever been on.
really? Yeah. Everyone was just like, because there's always one person you're like,
Yeah.
No, definitely.
like literally every single
Definitely,
person
yeah.
I was like, they could be my best friend. They could be my best friend.
Literally.
In different ways, right?
Imagine
very
if we
different
all lived
ways.
near each other.
It
Like,
would be
Oh,
over.
it'd be all the
It'd be
time.
over.
Oh.
I'd be at your house
It'd be
all
a
the time.
constant.
Yeah,
literally.
literally.
yeah,
How
it
did
was
we
so
work
much
on
fun. And happy belated birthday to both you guys.
Happy birthday, the birthday girl.
Yeah, her birthday was just
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
How does it feel?
It's so weird. I think when you're younger, birthdays are more significant.
Right,
yeah.
But now at this age, I think I just look back to see what I've learned and what I've like
Aw, I love that.
the lessons that I've learned, and then how I'm going to take that into the next
Yeah.
year. So
Mhm.
now I'm very like introspective.
Yeah, it's like a
So-
reflection.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? How do you
It's
feel?
the same exact thing.
Really?
It was a day
Okay.
reflection. I woke up kind of nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, 30.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're 30 now.
I was like, whoa. But like, I feel like I don't know, some of this happened to you. Like, I woke up and I just like had a confidence kind of. Like, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it wasn't as like, I thought it was gonna be this big thing, maybe I'll
Yeah.
cry, I don't know. But
Yeah.
like, I just kind of woke up, I was like, oh.
I'm
I
a
like
grown
it here.
woman now.
Yeah.
I feel like
exactly.
30s are so fun. Like,
Yeah? Are you loving
yeah.
it?
Oh, obsessed.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because like going into a new era, I'm like, I have the ability to like make my life how I want it.
Oh, I love
And I feel like when you go into your
Yeah.
20s, like usually you're broke. Like
Yes.
you're usually
That was
You're
me.
absolutely.
you're
Yes.
usually kind of coming off of like your parents, like
Very true.
or not even parents, but like the ideals that other people put on you, like who they think
Yeah.
you should be, like
Definitely.
And your
oh,
childhood ideals.
Right.
Yes, yeah. So like
trying to find your
you're
way.
coming from that, trying to figure out yourself, and I feel like by the time you get to 30, you're like, okay, I know what I want, like I
Exactly.
know who I am.
Absolutely.
So then you can go into that era fully, like I'm fully myself.
That's true.
Yes.
Versus,
yeah.
And
like,
that's
I
what
know
it
who I
is.
am.
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
exactly how I woke up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this.
Really?
I remember now. I remember now.
That makes me excited for
Yeah.
that time because like now I definitely know myself more than I've ever known myself,
Yeah,
obviously, but like I still feel like, ooh, why did I do that? And then it takes me time to understand
right,
like some of
definitely.
my actions.
Yeah.
But I think as I've gotten older, now I'm like, oh, I usually do this. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I
And
love
I'm
that.
slowly learning myself.
Yeah.
That was
So
me from 25 to now.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly.
don't they say
25.
that your brain like function changes at 25?
I don't
Yes,
know,
they do.
but
I think I've heard that.
something
Frontal
happened.
lobe or
Yes,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
for women.
Something happened. I was
I was
like,
gonna say
whoa.
25 specifically. I was
Yes.
like, wait a second. I don't want to do this anymore, and I want to do this.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah,
very
literally.
definitively, and I've never been
And you're
like
just like,
that.
the thing, you're
Wow.
just like, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
That was me.
yes, 25. That's
happened to
so
me. I
true.
was
And
like,
I've just gotten better from there. I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah,
Yeah. Look at us.
Right, the growth! I love that. Not me, no way.
Not the growth. So we're gonna go to a bookstore. We're gonna go to. Is it the largest used bookstore in New York City?
I think so. Yes, and it's one of the oldest too. It's one of the oldest.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't
It's-
wait.
What is it called?
The Strand.
Strand,
It's
okay.
so popular. Their books are so. I like watch videos on it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone loves going, and they have like the little date with a book thing that you've done before. And I want to do that so bad. And this will be my first like date with a book, so I'm excited.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I cannot wait. I've
Yeah,
just heard so
same.
many great things about it. I heard that there's so many good books there.
Yes.
Yeah, I just am
Yay.
excited.
I can't.
I know I walk around here, I'm like, there's a bookstore, I think of you guys. I'm like, dude, I just start getting the names when I walk by them.
Yes.
There's like little ones I found even on
Yes.
TikTok. I was looking for like a planner, but planners are normally in bookstores.
Yeah.
So I was like, I found like a little unique one. Maybe, I don't,
Yes,
maybe I saved them. Maybe I
please.
saved them, I'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe we can walk
yeah.
around. But yeah, on the west side too, there's like a lot of like
Oh my
little
gosh,
niche
yeah.
I
kind of
wanna go.
bookstores.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
Have you
But if I
guys
walk
been
by,
to the book club bar?
No, I saw that you went.
You
to
should go tonight.
Yeah.
They're open until like 2 a.m.
Really?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So what is,
Okay. Oh my god, guys, it's such a vibe.
Yeah.
Not saying that I want to stay up to 2 a.m. because y'all know I be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Right, no, literally.
But so it's a coffee shop during the day, but at night they turn it into a bar. And there's like literally it's a bookstore,
Yeah.
but there's
Okay.
also a bar right in the middle. So people are like reading at the bar.
It's
Okay,
such a
that's a
vibe.
vibe.
It's
Such
such
a
a
vibe.
vibe.
They bring like artists in who like play music and stuff.
Yeah.
Granted, I've only been
Oh, I
once,
love
but the one time that I
that.
went, they had like artists who were playing. And I also feel like guys go in there to like pick up girls. Because,
Not even
no,
really.
What's your night, girl?
for your husband, no, for your boyfriend. Yeah, I when I was in there, like there were two guys. They were in the romance section.
Oh my god!
And
Of course,
I was like,
taking it out.
literally, and then there were two girls who they were in their own little world. They
Yeah,
were reading their
right.
books. Like they both had picked up two books that they liked, and they were talking about them. And these other two guys kept getting closer and
Oh my
closer.
God.
The romance
I'm like, you know, you're not picking up a romance.
Exactly.
And not to say that they can't, but like they did not have a romance book in their hand. They just were in the section.
That's
That is so
hilarious.
funny.
So I was trying to get through the two guys because I wanted to reach and like look at the
You're like,
romance.
right,
And
I'm
they're
actually
just
reading.
right, like I'm actually trying to look at the books. And they were like looking over at the girls, just kind of like trying to like get their
Oh
attention.
my
The girls
God.
not paying attention.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I feel like it's a nice area to not even just like meet like partners, but like friends and stuff too.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
when you go in there, it's like shelves everywhere. So if you're standing and looking at books, people have their drink. They have like a beer
love
or a
that.
Wait, that is
cocktail.
such a cool thing. That is
Yeah.
such a cool
thing.
thing.
And you know what's crazy? Like that was on my New York to-do list, and then
Was
I saw you do it,
it?
and I was like, now I can actually see how it is. I'm like,
Yes.
okay, now I have to go.
It's so
Like,
cool. There's
yeah.
also couches in there, so people are just
cute.
reading and drinking.
You should go.
eating.
Yeah, definitely. That would be so
It's so cool. Yeah. I feel like those are the only bars I want to be at until 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. I
Because
agree.
I went by myself and I brought a book with me and I just like read and then I like
love
was
that.
talking to people
Yeah.
and yeah, it was very cool.
And usually in public, those are two things you can't really mix. 'Cause,
Yes.
like, when do you ever go to a book bar? So
They're
that's
very smart
very
to think
cool.
of that.
Yeah,
They're really
Yes,
very
smart.
smart.
and I feel like if I go to a bar, like if I was ever to go to a bar by myself, I would feel almost like I need to sit the whole time because I would feel weird just like
Yeah.
standing
there.
alone.
No,
But I
And
feel
now-
like in there, I could stand by myself.
Yeah.
And not only that, if you go to the bar by yourself, you got to be staring at somebody.
Yes.
It's awkward.
I
Like,
know. I'm like trying to think like, what did people do before? Like, I don't know, having a book or a phone or like,
Exactly.
what do we do?
Yes.
Just like,
Just like staring at nothing,
Right.
thinking.
right?
Yeah.
Like, what do we do?
So at
Yeah.
the book club bar, like people who were, you could see a lot of people were by themselves. They were just browsing the bookshelves.
that.
Or
That's
they'd be
cool.
like, "Well, what book did you pick up?"
Oh,
like,
I like
Oh,
that.
and then you start a
people were-
conversation.
It's
Yeah.
an easy
That's so
way to
cool.
start a conversation.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
I
That
went in
seems
there. I
very
was super
fun,
comfortable.
yeah.
One guy, he came up and he was like, "Oh, girl, I love your outfit." And I was like, "Thank you."
I love that.
And like I think we started talking about the book that I have in my hand, and like I don't know. I feel like books
How
are just an
cool.
easy way to start conversation.
Yes,
Absolutely,
I love that.
absolutely.
I love that
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go to the Strand, and then I think we have a pasta making class.
Yes, yeah, I'm very
I've never
excited.
done
What
it.
made you want to do the
Either.
pasta making
I
class?
think because like I love doing things where I'm doing it with a group, and
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
already knew that I loved you, so I'm like I just want that energy from the trip again. So like we got to do something because we can't go to dinner.
Yes.
because we can talk all
Girl,
day.
we'll be
Obviously,
we'll be there all night.
exactly. But like I wanted to have something to solidify the memory.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we did
Oh, I
this. You know
love
what I mean? Yeah.
That's cute.
So I was like, yes, we definitely have to do something. And then I saw this and I was like, that's something I've always
So
wanted to
cool.
do.
No, me
yeah.
too,
me
So
too.
I love
I'm
that. I've
excited.
never done like pasta making
Amazing.
or anything like that. We're gonna make the pasta and then eat it.
yeah, exactly.
Wait,
like
our
a chef
own?
teach. Yeah, we're making the pasta and then they let us eat like
Okay, I'm
whatever.
excited.
my
I'm really
God.
excited about
I'm
that.
very, very excited.
I've
yeah.
always wanted to do it, but I never
Same,
did.
yeah. And like a chef teaches us how to do it and like the right way to do it. And we can try to make different pastas. Yeah, so I'm very excited.
Guys, I'm even
And you get to
I'm
take it
like-
home. Like whatever you don't use, you get to take it home. Yeah, so it like marks the day that we went. Like, it's just
Aw.
yeah. I love that idea.
I love
Like
that. Good idea.
yeah.
I love that.
Well, that's gonna be fun. So
Yeah.
we'll see you guys whenever you get to the bookstore. Hopefully, I can find some good stuff there. I feel like we've been talking about like books today, life, and all the things.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm like wanting to. I have told them I want to step out a little bit and like branch out, try different books, and I've been really enjoying My Dark Vanessa, which is obviously not a romance. And I want to jump into like maybe some more fantasy and some more just like different genres. So
Yes, yeah.
hopefully I can find some stuff there at the used bookstore.
Yes, let's do it.
We made it inside. It's so busy in here. There's so many books though, and also the books are like such great quality. Like as I was walking around, I was like, wow, this is like really like. I don't normally go to used bookstores, and I feel like it's because I don't think that the quality is gonna be good, but the quality is like amazing. And then there's like, if you look around, so nicely organized and everything. We're on the second floor. We walked upstairs because I had to pee, but I wanted to like go to the bathroom first before we started like walking around or anything. It is such a vibe in here. So we're gonna go back downstairs and see what we can find out here. It's even more packed downstairs. Whenever we go down there, you guys will see. Kalila, you said there's new books too?
Yes, new books too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so cool. Guys, they have new books here too. I need to like chill out because honestly, like I don't need more books. Like I really don't need more books.
She said I don't need more books.
No, I really don't though. Like,
No, but I love it though.
yeah, I mean, I could be buying drugs. Like I could be getting drugs.
Literally that. So books or
Yeah, books are drugs.
She's saying I don't.
I was
need
like, I
more
don't
books.
need more books.
No,
I was like,
literally.
I could be doing drugs.
That's
right?
so true.
Like,
That's so true.
reading books is better.
And they can like,
Literally.
we could.
Like if you put it in that perspective, it's okay if we buy 1,000.
Yeah, we can buy as many because we could be
And they,
doing
like,
something
stay on
else.
your shelf, like you keep them for a long time.
Right,
They're
yeah.
part of you.
It's
your
nice. It's
personality.
nice. I feel like this table is like your
Oh,
vibe.
absolutely.
Okay, so what?
I've read the first book in here.
Did you like it?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was like they were trying to be all dark and mysterious, and it wasn't mysterious.
Okay.
No, literally.
There's my
Is this the second book that you're
Yeah, it's the
talking
second one. I loved it. I loved it. So good. So good. This is the other one that I picked up. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard that it's really
I saw
good.
this on your table.
Yeah, that's the new one. I haven't read it yet. I brought it with me to read, but I haven't read it yet. Also, I'm a big cover girl. Like looking at this cover, I don't even know what it's about, but it's making me want to buy it. I also kind of want to buy everything in here.
I was gonna say too, you're a big like tote bag person. They're known for their tote bags.
Oh my gosh.
I love it so.
Yeah, me too.
There's a whole tote bag section. Did you see that?
Oh wow.
Oh, the cat. That's cute. Stay curious. And they have totes. I love totes. Ooh, this is heavy. What the heck? Is this a surprise in here? Oh my gosh, look. There's something in there.
Is that all of them?
I don't know. What is that?
Bookstore.
Oh, it's a little
is
like
all-
baggy thing. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I like this is cute.
Hang that back up. Oh, this is cute. This is so cute. Guys, I'm gonna spend so much money in here. Like, this is a problem. Like, oh, look at this pink tote.
That is very
Oh, I love this.
That is cute. I love this. Me too. I've been really into my color era. Like anything with color.
I don't know why. Like I literally been wearing pink. I'm like, where's this coming from? Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, because I feel like usually you wear like black
I'm like
and like
neutrals.
stuff like that.
No.
Yeah.
Like I think I bought like one pink sweatsuit, and ever since then I've been just like living color.
In your pink era, okay.
But I like you really like do color well though.
Well, I just started wearing color.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't wearing it before, and I started wearing it because I'm like, oh, well, I want to try something new. And now, if I don't have color in my outfit, it feels weird.
Okay, I want to get to that point. I'm working. You know me. I'm very neutral. I'm working my way up. Look at me, all black.
I think we're I'm the same way. I wear
But I
black.
want
Yeah,
to.
but we've already figured out. You guys are the same person.
I know,
Like,
literally.
They're literally the same person.
It's actually
Twin. Like if something, if you say something, I'm like, okay, she probably also had the same experience.
Actually, yeah. I'm like, at this point, should I just even say anything?
Right, you're like, yeah, me
we
too.
know.
Me too. Guys, look up there. Look at the pink books.
Okay, I love this.
Me too. It's all the way around. There's pink over here, and then there's purple, there's green, and there's blue on the other side. That's cool.
I actually need that picture too.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Look at us in our element. That is so cute. We love the pink. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous for how much money I'm gonna spend.
Oh no, same. No, same. Same. As soon as I saw 3 floors, I was like, okay.
Started. It's so busy in here. Let's see. These are new nonfiction. I feel like this is like your era, because you like a lot of like self-help nonfiction. I've heard that this is good. RuPaul's book. I haven't read it, but I've heard that it's good.
What? This is
Giving, I know. That's what I said. Oh my god, I used to love these as a kid.
Oh my god, me too. Stop right now.
I would always look at these and read these. Like, I feel like this got me into reading, but like I was obsessed. A big part of them.
Is this the Captain
Underpants.
That was mine.
Yeah.
Is that that one?
It was that and Junie B. Jones.
Yes, Junie B. Jones. I used to read what was it? Like Animal Arc, Babysitter's Club, like Junie B. Jones.
I did
Junie B. Jones.
Click. I did all those.
Yeah, all of those. Let me put these back because I'm not reading this now.
I was a huge
Same. It was such an escape.
Oh, it was.
Yes, yeah.
And I would just go in my room and just.
I know. I love it.
So
That's fine. It's fine.
it feels like it's been so long.
It feels
but
like it's been longer.
Yes, yeah, but it's only been a month.
I know. I'm like, I love it.
Getting ready to have a pasta class. I think I told you guys this earlier that we're gonna like make some food. Hopefully I can make something good because like, I don't know, making this homemade stuff with these like homemade little things, like I feel like that's gonna be really hard, but we'll see.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like
We have a chef on our hands.
You look like you know what you're doing.
And no, I'm sure we're cosplaying very well.
Did they ever meet you? Oh, they met you in turn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
hello
you guys-
again. It's
yeah.
been a minute. What, like that's like 2 years?
Like 2 years, yeah.
I cannot believe this video.
I know.
Oh, do you know?
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you.
So many good books, guys. Well, we don't know if they're good, actually.
Yeah, hopefully. Honestly, hopefully. But we don't know. The wrapping is literally stunning. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean these are my books? Like,
Yeah, we got these blind date with a book things that we showed you guys.
yes, they're so cute.
What does yours say on the front?
Okay, so this first one says freshly baked slow burn. So it's a rom-com. We love to see it. And then the next
Are you in
one,
your romance era?
No, absolutely. And it's because like I just got so many good like literary fiction books,
Yes.
but they're very heavy. And I'm like, I need like a break.
Like, I need a break.
Yes, literally. And so for me, like, I don't mind super fluffy, light romances because that's what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Especially
like,
in between those. I feel like sometimes, like, if you're sobbing your eyes out, it's like,
Yes.
that's great, but I can't do that 5 books in a row.
all the time, like literally, I would be exhausted. I could not do it. So like that's why I love like the light and fluffy,
Yeah.
and that's why I get why you gravitate towards that because it
Yes.
just makes you feel good.
Yeah, and I feel like it makes me, like, it's gonna sound bad, but, like, have so much hope for the world.
Yes,
Because,
yeah.
like, when I read so many, like, sad books, like, I'm just like, dang.
I know.
Like, life is hard.
Life is terrible.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know, the
Literally.
fluffy stuff, it is a good balance. in
Yes,
there. What
I
was the other
completely
book that you got outside of,
This one.
yeah.
So then I also got College Frenemies Find Love at the Beach.
Ooh.
And that's like my 2 favorite things. I love the beach and I love
Frenemies.
frenemies to lovers. Yeah, so I'm very, very excited for this.
I got 2 romance too. I got rom-com with real estate at stake.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
real estate. And then I also got Romance to Melt Your Heart. And it
That
has like a
looks so
cupcake
cute.
on or something on it.
That looks so cute.
Yeah. What was the other book that you got?
Oh my god, and then I also got Powerless, finally! I've heard so many good things. And
Me
you said
too.
you already have it,
I
right?
haven't, but I haven't read it yet.
I'm so excited.
Here, let me-
Do you want to read at the
steal
same
it?
time?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun!
Can we actually do that?
We should!
Yes,
Oh my
okay.
God, we should.
All of
Look
March
at
I'm
that.
so reading. Oh my god, that is so pretty.
Yes.
That is so pretty.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You gotta show them.
Yes. Look, okay.
Like, I feel like a lot of books that have like something on the cover, they don't have like something cool on the
Yes,
actual
that is
book.
so true.
Yeah, and I
Oh, this
also
is
love
pretty.
that this girl, like, she started writing this when she was 18.
Wow.
Have you heard her story?
No.
Okay,
Wait, tell me.
So Lauren Roberts, she started, I'm like so obsessed with like just authors. Like, I feel like I know like so many backstories because I just like to like know about their lives.
yeah.
She started this on when she was 18, and she shared the whole writing process on her TikTok. So if you go to her TikTok, you can see like her writing, like editing, all the stuff. She published it. It blew up, and now it's in Barnes and it's everywhere. But she was not planning on having it. Like, it's her first book ever.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
her
ever?
first book ever. Yeah, she's like our
That's
age. She's not
insane.
our age. She's like your age.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So
That's
I'm like,
incredible.
yeah. So her second book comes out, I want to say in like, I think it's like June. It's the second book to this one, so that's kind
Okay.
of why I want to read this like fast, because everyone said it's good, and I don't want like the second one to be spoiled.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm like,
That's
I
my
need-
biggest fear.
Yes, like please don't spoil it for me.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I guess we open these.
I guess so. Yeah, hold on.
We should read
Make
that
sure I get
together,
a
though. That would be
thumbnail.
fun.
No, that would be so
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Thumbnail. Work first. Wait, let me see. And if I can have like this in the background, that'd be adorable.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can put them on here. Yes, that's
Oh, that's cute.
right.
You want to put mine on there?
Yes, absolutely. Oh my god, look at how many.
Or you
want to
have the little string?
the bag? Let me
I don't
see.
know. That's kind of ugly.
It's actually really cute. I like the yellow. This is perfect.
That is cute.
Yes. Oh my god. Wait. Did we snap?
Here, let me show you guys like how it looks.
It looks so cute. Wow. That is being YouTubers,
Right?
That is so cute. And like the Strand bag adds like the perfect.
It
pop
does.
color.
It really
Okay,
does.
Yeah. Let me show you
It's cute.
the creativity that went into this.
That's
Adorable.
so cute.
Like, look at these covers. They're so cute. I love that they draw these too.
Which one do you think is going to be the best book? Like,
Okay, out of all four.
out of
these
all
line
four,
books-
which, like, if you had to pick one to be the best, which one do you think?
So personally, I'm super biased. I love
Okay.
frenemies.
Okay.
And I love the beach. I love a good summer read. So
Uh-huh.
I feel like
You
this
feel like
one.
it's going to be that one?
Yes, but I feel like this one's gonna be the next one.
You think? I don't know.
Yes.
See, I'm very weird. I need to see, like, these look like short books, okay?
Yeah.
So I feel like if they're short, they're not going to be good.
That's
Like, I don't know.
true.
If there's like
Yeah.
less than 300 pages, I
I
feel like a lot of
agree.
the time they're not that good.
I
This is why I
agree.
think this one's going to be good because
Yeah.
it's thick.
Yes,
This is
and-
the frenemies one.
Exactly, and that's like my favorite genre
Yeah.
too, of romance. So
Yes.
I'm like, yeah.
This one might
definitely.
be good because this one's like this one's bigger than these two. These two are very small.
I didn't even think about the size. I was thinking about like what they were saying.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, like
yes.
I was thinking like frenemies on the beach, like that would be a perfect summer
Yes,
read. And it's just now getting warmer.
And slow burn. Like I was like, oh,
love
that
a
looks
slow burn.
good.
I love a slow burn. So
That's
maybe
the one I
even that
almost
one.
got. Ooh, I can
Yeah.
kind of see through.
So okay, so what is your order? What do you think is going to be like the best?
I genuinely think the best one is gonna be this one that you
Okay.
got. And then I also think the second best one is gonna be this one, which is the one that I put down.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like my two are duds. Like I don't know. I'm just saying that. Like they could be good. We'll
Now
see.
we have to open them to see.
I'm nervous.
I know. me
Okay,
too.
let's open.
Okay.
Let's open them together.
Let's do it. I'm so excited. This feels like Christmas.
It does. Until we open it and we're like dun dun dun.
I know, right? Literally, like
It's terrible.
I think the worst thing that can happen is that we either have them or we read them and we didn't like
Yes.
them.
Oh my god. Wow.
I feel like that's what it's gonna be. Let me see. One at a time.
Okay, which one? Yeah, let's do one
Okay.
at a time. Like you do one and then I'll do one.
Okay, so
Or no, why don't we both do one at the same time?
Okay, I think I'm gonna open. Wait, no, this is so pretty. I literally don't want to open it. I think I'm gonna open this one first.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Wait, hold on. Can I take a picture of ours?
Yes, yes,
I don't
that's so
think I got a
true.
picture. I want to take a picture.
With all of them together, this is like perfect.
Where'd my camera go?
I love like the little clues they try to give you too. Rom-com with real estate at stake. What does that mean? Maybe she's like, maybe she's like
real estate ad stuff.
right. Like maybe she's like a real estate agent. If they're enemies to lovers, that'd be
Okay,
really
this
cute.
is kind of giving like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dark and mysterious. This would be really cute for your thumbnail.
Yeah.
Can you get these?
Yeah,
Let's
that's
see.
cute.
Do you want the bag in the back too?
Oh my god, cute.
yes.
Yes, add the
Let's
bag.
see. I feel like that would be really cute.
Date with a book.
I love that.
That's cute.
That's so cute.
Okay, let's hold one.
Okay.
And then
This is my favorite cover. This is adorable. Like whoever drew this was like,
yeah,
so
they did a
cute.
great job.
No, really.
Okay, I'm nervous.
All right.
Why am I nervous?
I know, right? It's not like we can reject the book.
I know. Like we bought it.
Literally.
I feel like we're at a sleepover.
No, I know. I want to stay so bad. If
I
my
know,
car, I have like
know.
this whole thing with my car, but like, if it was okay, I would be in these really adorable pajamas right now.
Like it's hard to find parking in New
It
York, I'm
is,
sure.
yeah, yeah. And I didn't go to my normal like train station, so if I did, I would feel confident in like leaving it. But I just don't know.
Definitely don't.
Yeah, like
Yeah, because if you don't know if the car is gonna be towed or not, like
literally. Okay, let's do it. We're probably doing it. Let's see. I wonder if I already have the book. I feel like you're
I
gonna
feel
have
like I
most of
am.
these. Yeah.
Oh, I know what this one is.
Shut up.
Just from the back.
Wait, which one was this? Rom-com with real estate. Really?
Yeah, I
What do you
have
think
this
it
one.
is?
I have
Okay.
it. Yeah, I knew what it was from the back, but I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
This is actually so funny. So I went book shopping with my mom, and I was like, I want you to pick out a book. And it was like super funny. Like I shared it on like my channel and stuff. Super fun. And oh wait, what was yours?
I have read this.
She doesn't even like Emily Henry.
Wow. Wow.
You didn't even like her.
It's going to a free little library. Got played.
screaming.
I knew it. I knew
You
it.
didn't
Yeah.
like her. That is
and we
hilarious.
both said that was going to be the best one.
Yes, we did, and it's
Completely
not.
wrong.
I think I was just thinking that because of size, because it's like thick, but
yeah, no, played.
no, nope. But yeah, I went
Wow.
book shopping with my mom, and I was like, pick out a book for me, and she picked out this one. This says
Really?
2 rival candidates for a homeowners association presidency are about to find out how dirty suburbanites fight in this steamy new romantic comedy.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that.
Floppy?
And you haven't read it yet. That's really
I haven't.
fun.
I do own it though. Twice because I got it for myself and then my mom got it for me.
Wow.
I think
Do you
I,
already have this?
oh yeah, I read
Okay.
that one. Mhm.
Did you like it?
I did, yeah. I love Emily Henry.
Wow.
Like, I
yeah.
love her. Like, I don't
genuinely
know.
think it's because it's the 24-hour reading blog.
Oh, you? Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
You
you're
did say
kidding
you
me,
read
yeah.
them in 24-hour reading log.
Every
yeah.
single one of the books that I've read from her.
They
have been
would
during
be
there.
hard
Yeah.
to read during that time because her books are like they're very wordy.
Yeah, very wordy.
Yeah. So I feel like they could drone on a bit.
Okay, I want to see if you know this from the back.
Yes, that is.
Shut up.
Hold on. That is. It's by Sarah Adams. It's called When in Rome.
I literally only showed her this. How? Let's
That's what it
see.
is, isn't it?
Let me see. Is she right?
Oh my god!
Wow! I've never read this, so I'm actually excited for this one.
I haven't read that one either. I have it though, but I haven't read it.
Wow. Okay, let's see what it says. So
Not them giving me a Christmas book.
Really? Oh, but it's a Christmas in New York.
Oh, right.
That's
This is a
cute.
Winter in New York
Yeah.
by Josie Silver.
Wow.
I
You had
did-
this?
Stop. So I actually gave it to a free little library because, so I read One Day in December by this author.
Okay, how was that?
Loved it. Like, so good. Loved
Okay.
it. And this is where, like, I have a problem. If I hear people, like, say that they don't like a book that I, like, know, I'm like, I'm not gonna like it. And I
Same.
might like it, but, like, I heard someone that, like, I feel gives good reviews to, like, books, and she's, like, pretty honest. She was like, yeah, I didn't like it. It was trash.
Really?
And
Why though? What was the reason?
she said, so the book is pretty much, it strings on a lie. Like the main character, she tells a lie. And I think, what is the lie that she tells? Oh, and you, I think, see this on the back of the book. She tells this guy that her mom dies or dad dies or something.
That's a crazy lie.
Literally. That's why I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
his mom or dad or somebody had actually just died. Yes. And so
That's
she...
even worse.
Yeah, so she said that, or maybe she didn't say he died. I forget. It was something like that. Like, she, like, lied about something, and then she like couldn't get out of the lie.
I don't think I can like a character that can say something.
You can lie
so
about that.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was
like,
something she like lies about something that's like big like that. I could be wrong,
Wow.
but after that I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like her. Like, I don't think I can read a book about that and feel
Not
like
for
bad
me,
for her.
yeah,
And also,
exactly.
I actually get really like nervous when I read books that are strung on a lie.
Yeah.
Like I start getting nervous
Yeah.
because I'm like, someone's gonna find out.
Yeah,
like, just
yeah.
tell the truth.
Exactly, literally.
So I just get nervous.
I think with like romance books, I just can't. I don't like stuff that's built on not the truth. Like I
Yes,
just don't.
same.
I don't understand it. I feel
Yeah.
like even if they do get together, what's the point? Like it's not gonna last.
Yeah, because you weren't
like,
honest the whole
yes,
time. They didn't
like,
even know who you were.
Exactly, and it's just like, what was the whole point of the book? And I
Right.
feel like I've almost wasted my time.
Yes.
So, like it's not something that I can leave feeling good about.
Yes,
you
and
know?
you read a whole book about a lie.
Yes,
Yeah.
like what
So
am I
that's-
supposed to take away
right,
from that? Like what?
Right. So that's literally why I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this book.
Yeah,
She was
especially
like,
with such an egregious lie.
and
like,
I
that's
I
crazy.
think it was a parent or something like that. Like I can't even remember exactly what it was. Now I'm trying to look on the back and see. Like, what it
But
said.
like saying anyone died and it's not true is like so crazy.
it's like,
I
girl.
can't like.
and maybe I'm completely wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Okay,
Maybe,
hopefully you are. 'Cause
I
I'm
hope
like,
I am.
what?
Yeah,
Like,
but I feel like she said something about that, and that's where I was like, yeah, that's the line.
yeah,
I think that's the
no,
line for me.
yeah. You're like, no, I definitely can't.
They did have really good books at that bookstore, though.
They had
Like, it's
so,
so
many, good
many,
books.
yeah.
Not only used books, but so many new books and
Yeah.
like very, very recent books.
Yeah.
And they like all looked amazing. I wanted so many books.
I know, me
And we
too.
literally could not. We just did not have the time.
I know, and
Like,
they didn't let us film either, which that's the
Yeah.
first time that that's happened to me
I can't believe that.
in any bookstore.
Wow.
Like, just, yeah, like, they were like, yeah, sorry, like, you can't film. And well, the guy, he said, you can email our, like,
he wanted me to like call some like
He's like, you can call them
communications line. I was like,
you're like, oh, well, can I have their number? He's like, well, they're not available till Monday.
Exactly.
I'm like, well,
I was
why'd
like,
you
okay,
tell me
well,
that?
You know what? I can't even do it anyway.
He said all filming has to be approved or
Yes.
something by this person, but they're not here till Monday or something.
Yes,
I was like,
but the
okay.
thing is, like, I like before, not last summer, but the summer before, I did so many New York City vlogs,
Yeah.
and they have told me that so much.
That's wild.
It's so weird. And in New York City, you would not think
No,
that.
because
Yeah.
like people are just like out. There's so many
Yeah.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's never happened to me because I feel like being in a smaller area, like people literally don't care. Like,
And that's why I'm so surprised because like you're out more than me.
Yes.
And you're saying nobody has.
They-
I get told this all the
it's
time. Like,
never
literally.
happened. Never happened to me ever. This is the first
Wow.
time it's ever happened where someone was
Wow.
like, "Hey, you should put
That's
your camera
crazy.
down."
Like it
Yeah.
literally happens to me all the time.
That's wild.
All
See,
the time.
I would be stressed because like,
Yeah.
so when we were in there, like after they said that, we're like, dang, well, we can't film. I guess
Yeah.
like we're just gonna have to like not do that. And I feel like the whole time I just kind of felt like weird. Like
Yeah.
I was just like, like,
Yeah.
oh,
The stress of it.
is he gonna be like watching us? Like I was just like I was a
Exactly.
little nervous. And it
Yeah.
kind of like changes and taints the experience a little bit. So.
Absolutely. And the
Yeah.
only reason why like I didn't feel it so intensely
It's
is
'cause
because
it happens,
to me
yeah.
all the time. Like when it initially happened to me, it was like my own local Barnes and Noble, and I usually go there all the time, spend so much money there all the time.
Oh, I
but then
would
when
be
that started
stressed.
happening to me, and like you're excited to film, like this is a
Yes.
place you love to go
Yeah.
anyway.
And you love talking about books.
Yes,
like you're
not
yeah.
doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're literally just talking about books. And then when someone deflates you like that, it's just so like
Yes.
it just takes the joy out of it. Then you
Yes.
don't even want to be there. But then you're there because you're like, you're not gonna make me leave.
Right, and
Yeah.
like we want to show you guys the books. Like we want you guys to be a part of the
Literally.
experience, and
Yeah.
like the only way to have you be a part of the experience is to film it. So
Exactly.
like, yeah. But it is nice that we got like 2 books that because we kind of had to like rush. Obviously,
Yes,
we were going to
definitely.
Pasta afterward, so we didn't have as much time there as we wanted. Mostly because we started talking while we were
No,
there.
we were talking so much. But like I genuinely enjoy it. And like
Me too.
I have never had friendships where I couldn't even realize how much time went by. No, literally, it's like the best thing ever. Like
we
it
talked
means
for like
so much
2
to
hours
me.
at the coffee house, and then we
Yes.
talked for 2 hours at the bookstore.
And we didn't even know. And we talked 2 hours here.
Yes.
Like, what? What do you mean for 6 hours we've been talking to each other? Like, it
Literally.
just doesn't make sense. But you don't even realize the time has gone when you have, like, quality friends around.
Yes.
And that's, like, been the best part of this experience. Like, learning them from, like, the trip before. And then realizing, like, that wasn't just a fluke. Like,
It's
just
like
the
this
vibe.
Yes,
Like,
that's the vibe. That's how
literally.
it's always gonna be.
Exactly.
We all want to go on like another trip, so
Yes.
we're already planning like
Yes,
something else
absolutely.
because this weekend was not long.
Not long enough at all. Like, how is the day already gone?
I know.
Like, what do you mean it's almost 10 o'clock? Like, I just
so
don't understand.
sad.
And then you're, like, leaving first thing in the morning.
Literally,
like,
yeah.
it's just so crazy. I feel like time has gone by so fast, but I had so much fun
Me
today.
too. And
Like,
the fact that we
literally.
saw each other a month ago, it really seems like it was way longer than that.
It's so crazy. And then, like, not only that, it did feel really long, but as soon as we saw each other, it was immediate. It was just
literally
like
felt like
back.
yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally. So
I think you'll, actually, I don't know if I'll, I don't know if I'll say you'll like this one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go back to the books. I was just looking at it. But this book is, like, no spice. So
Okay,
that,
yeah,
like
and I hate
you're not a
extra
big
spice.
spice person. I haven't
Yeah.
read it, but I've read her book, The Cheat Sheet, and it's, like, a very, very fluffy. If you're trying to go into something that's very, like, Hallmark-esque.
Yes, that's what
no
I love.
spice. Like,
Yeah.
it's just going to be, like, the vibes. Like, her books are like that.
And for me, like, I don't mind spice, but it has to be intentional and it has to make sense.
Yes.
But I feel like a lot of the popular books now, for me personally, like, they just don't make sense. Like, I
No.
feel like it's so unnecessary and it's just there just to be there.
Yes. Well,
and I don't like that.
You know, I was telling you I recently read Binding 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that book, they don't even kiss until, I think there's 600 pages. They kiss at, like, page 400.
Wow,
And that's,
yeah.
like, all that they do.
Really?
Yes, it's like if you guys haven't read that series, like, they, Taylor, she was telling me, that's my other friend, you guys already met her, whatever. Anyway, so she's already read the second book, and I asked her, like, if there's more spice in that one. She's like, yeah, there is, but she feels like the first one was a slow burn, so you could really get to know them as
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
And I'm like, that is so, like,
And I love
we
a
need
slow
more books
burn.
like that.
Yes,
We need more books where, like,
absolutely.
the characters who fall in love, we actually see them as friends, and he, like,
Yeah.
protects her and stuff
I
in the
love
book. I know! He's like, nothing's gonna happen to you, like, and genuinely, he just cares about her as a person before
Yeah.
he, like, cares about her physically.
I love
so it just,
that, yeah.
it's so good.
And I think that, like, I gravitate to that so much more because, like, that's how I would want my real
Yes,
relationship
to start,
be.
like, with a
Yeah.
friendship and someone
Exactly.
deeply caring about you.
And
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, just personally, I feel like when they just start off so physical, I feel like, how can you get to know me?
Yes.
Like, you know, like, we already started so far ahead. Like, how are we going to backtrack so
Yes.
that you actually know me and actually value me as a
And,
person?
like, how, as the reader, can I, like, root for you if I only know your relationship in the bedroom? You know? Like, I'm like, you
Exactly.
haven't even went on a date yet.
Yes,
Like, all I
like-
see is you guys, like, hooking up.
Yeah, and like I think lust is a good thing in a very
Yeah.
healthy
Yes.
dose amount, and like when it's very intentional and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm fighting with this one thing, but I also love them for their personality.
Yes.
When like the duality is there,
Yes.
I love that because
Yes.
like that's natural,
Right.
But when it's all of one thing, then it's like, okay,
Yes.
well, what are we talking about?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I were to read, like, a very spicy book, because I do read, like, some books that are spicy, and, like, if I read a book with spice, it needs to have equal amounts
Yes.
of, like, depth of their conversations, their
completely
dates,
agree.
their,
Yeah.
like, just, like, he gazed at her and he, like, saw into her soul.
Right,
like, I need that.
yes,
Like,
exactly.
I need that.
Yeah. Because I think that, like, when a lot of people read romance, they read that because that's something that they want in real
Yes,
life.
yeah.
And so when I go to read romance, I try to think of myself as not the main character, but, like, I want to
But
see
what would
myself.
you want?
Exactly, yeah. And so I go in with that mentality. So then when it doesn't align, I'm like, okay,
You're like,
well, it's
ugh.
just, yeah, literally. Like, I'm just like, I can't connect to this character. I can't connect to their relationship.
Yeah.
So then what is the point?
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's just how I feel about romances. And I feel like not a lot of them do that now, especially like the really popular ones. It's just like, it's all about that because that's what's popular now.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. And I do think that, like, I don't know, everyone has, like, their own interests, and I'm sure, like, everyone who's watching, like, has their own things that they're
Yeah.
interested in, like, reading. But I feel like for me, I started out, like, enjoying spice more, and then I feel like my tastes have changed, and I think
Yeah.
sometimes people will be the opposite. Well, they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like this, and I do like that. So, I mean, I think it's good that it's there for the people who enjoy it, obviously, but I also like that we can all have different interests in books.
Exactly,
We don't all
yeah.
have to read the same books or like the same books.
Exactly.
Like, you love literary fiction,
Literally.
and I love
Yeah, like that's
Like-
so true.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what's so beautiful about the reading community is that, like,
Yes.
we can come from so many different places,
Yes.
but, like, still find the same value in just reading in
Yes.
general and, like, the love of reading.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe you would never have read this book, but, like, it resonates with me a little bit, and then you try, and then all of a sudden you love this new genre now that you would have
100%.
never read before.
Yes.
And that's what I love so much about reading. Like, there's so many books out there that maybe I would never touch, and then someone tells me about
You're
it.
like, it's my favorite. You have to read
Literally,
it.
and that's like exactly what happened to me with Eleanor Oliphant.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never picked that book up. That was not
Really?
even on my radar. And then one of my subscribers, I followed her on Goodreads. Like, when
Yeah.
they follow me, I follow you guys too. And so I followed her, and then she was talking about it, and I was like,
I didn't
you
know that's how you
yes,
found
I
it.
swear to God, yes. And then so I saw her talking about it, and she was like, this book is incredible. And so I was just curious. And then I was like, wait, this sounds so so good. And then I looked it up and I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. And then immediately I fell in love. And that book changed my life, like literally changed my life. And so that's why I'm like, I love this community because without it, like how would I have
How
ever
would you
known?
have found that amazing
Exactly.
book? So I listen to audiobooks when I'm doing dishes, when I'm in the shower, when I'm driving, cleaning, whatever. So then that way I'm always like, you know, engrossed in a book. And I don't really listen to podcasts as much anymore as I used to. And so I just have replaced that with audiobooks.
I love that so much. Like for me, like when I'm doing chores, I don't know if you've heard of Pimsleur. Have you heard of Pimsleur?
It sounds familiar.
It's like a language learning audio thing.
Oh, so do they
I
like
listen to
talk?
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
and they
smart.
like require you to like answer back in that language.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's what I usually do. I usually listen to Pimsleur because I usually am trying to learn Japanese. So I use that, or like I listen to a Japanese podcast. And with a Japanese podcast, it's really hard because like I can only pick up a few words because obviously I'm not like fluent. But with Pimsleur, it's really nice because they take you sentence by sentence to like
and it's
learn
like
it.
slower too.
Exactly.
Oh,
and so like I
nice.
understand everything.
How did you find out about that?
Pimsleur, I feel like because I follow so many polyglots or like people who talk or speak different languages. So
I
like,
love how you explain that because I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Sounds like an alien, like
Yeah, literally.
polyglot. Like,
So
is that
like
what it's
these-
called?
Yeah, that's what it's called. So like these are people who speak more than 3 languages. So like I
Like,
follow a ton of them
fluently?
fluently, and that's what's so beautiful. I think that is the coolest
Comment
thing
if
ever.
you're a polyglot. Like,
Yes.
if you're watching and you like speak more than 3 languages, please let me know because I think you're brilliant.
Yes, and not only that, like if you're not a polyglot, what kind of language you're interested in, like listening to other people's experiences and like just trying to see their method of learning because there's so many different takes on it, but like you can still get to the same end goal.
Yeah.
So like that's my goal, but like I just need to figure out my real learning ability, like what I'm really good at learning and how I'm really good at learning.
The fact that you like take your learning so seriously, though, is incredible because I feel like it's easy to be like, oh well, if I'm in college, I should be learning. If I'm in high school, I should be learning. Like if I'm in some kind of like school, I should be learning. But if I'm not, I shouldn't be.
Right.
I think you're always like you're a student of the world. Like you're always wanting to learn.
It, like I feel like the coolest thing to do is to learn a new skill.
Yeah.
And that has always been like on my highest priority of like learning a language, but like actually learning the language, because I feel like I don't know, at least in America, like the way that they teach languages is just not very efficient.
Literally so bad.
It's so bad, and it's like
also the way that I feel like just we are taught in general. I feel like is to not learn, but it's to retain information to like memorize it for a test.
Yes.
But I feel like for you, like you're really wanting to immerse yourself
genuinely
in like the culture itself. So
exactly.
like you have to learn it backwards and forwards.
And like I just unlearning how I've been learning has been a lesson in itself. So difficult. It's so difficult. But then
you're
like
not studying for a test, you're learning it so you can actually
because I genuinely want to know it. But then it's like when you have learned one way your entire life, it's so hard to undo that.
Yeah.
And then to not only undo that, but then find a new way that's efficient for you.
Yeah.
It's so hard. So like most of that has been that. But now I genuinely feel like I've gotten to a point where I have a steady routine. I understand what works for me at least. And now that I'm using that, now I just have to do the work to learn it. Yeah. So I feel like maybe this time next year. It's like one of my things that I genuinely want to do this year, and I find so much joy in it. So, like, usually when I could be listening to a podcast or an audiobook, I listen to Pimsleur, or I listen to, like, a podcast. Yeah.
That's so smart. Look at you. She's literally
I love
brilliant.
it. Stop.
Well, what are you reading?
Well, currently, as you guys know, Harry Potter has me in a literal chokehold. Like, I cannot fathom reading anything else. And it's crazy because they literally picked my...
What are you on? Are you on book 6?
I'm on book 6, yeah.
That's wild.
And like, these books are so thick. These are some of the thickest books I've ever read in my life. But I'm breezing through them because I love the storyline so much. And there's no romance, there's no like literally nothing, but a mystery and like you solve.
Do you think that's why you're excited to pick up Powerless? Because you're like in the fantasy, like she's in her fantasy era.
Yes. And not only that, like it was just such a super big thing for so many people that I just completely missed out on.
Yeah.
And now that I'm going back, I genuinely thought it was going to be one of those things where it's like I'm reading it, but like I've outgrown it.
Yeah.
But it's not the case whatsoever. It is so good. The storyline. Really? And I genuinely do not see like the twists and turns that she has. Genuinely.
Wow. Even after all these years?
Well, like I was never spoiled. Thank
God.
God.
That's good.
But like even then, like, I always try to figure it out myself, and I have not figured out a single thing, like, at all. Yes. And this book has had me crying. It has had me laughing. Like, literally, it is so good.
How many books are there?
I think there's 7 in total, but there's also an additional 8.
So you're almost done.
I can't. I literally, like, can't. But it's, like, one of those series where it's, like, you can't read fast enough, but then you can't read slow enough.
Because you want to savor it.
Exactly. Like, I want to savor it, but I also want to know what's going to happen. So it's got me in a choke.
Oh my God,
like,
you're making me want. I feel like anytime someone like reads a book that gets them this excited, it makes me want to read it too.
And like, I genuinely have not felt this excited about a book since like Twilight, like that era. Like, yes. And I'm not a series person. Like, I always say I'm not a series person because with series, I feel like
get bored, kind of.
Not only that, like, it's so easy for them to mess up the series, and then like you can fall in love with a character in one book and absolutely hate them in another.
Yeah, book 2. What happened?
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you mad because it's like I'm already in love with this world. Why are you changing it so much? Yeah. But like every book has been better than the last.
With Harry Potter, is every book about him?
It's about him and his friendships, and like it's like important morals that you learn.
But it's not like, you know how some books will be like, one book's about this character, next book's about this other character.
Oh, no, then it
is. So it's all like him, but his friendships are in there, but it's all his story. Okay.
Well, like, it's all his story, but like his friendships are so important to his story. So like it's all these other different like layouts and like different mentalities from all these other characters, but like you're really focusing on Harry's story.
I'm surprised that you're like loving a fantasy.
I'm not a fantasy person. Like, I do not read fantasy, and this series has had me in a choke.
Okay, comment below what series is a good series for someone who loves Harry Potter. Like like the next thing to step into.
Yeah, you know what a lot of people have been telling me? Percy Jackson.
Really?
Yes, like everyone has said that. And like, as I mentioned before, like I've read the Percy Jackson series when I was younger, but like I never finished it. And now that I'm in this like YA fantasy,
now you're like,
I want to read it. Yeah. So like, I genuinely feel like that's going to be my next read.
You
like
should.
All of the Percy Jackson series. Have you read that?
No. Did you ever read Divergent series? I never read that.
Oh my God, no. But I saw the movie and I love the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I never like Divergent, Hunger Games, like none of that.
Wait, you never read Hunger Games? No, that series is so good.
Really?
It is so good.
See, I think I was just past the cusp of when those books were like big, and so I think in my head I was like, oh, because I'm a young adult. Yeah. I think in my head I was like, oh, that's like young adult, because you know when you get to that point, and I don't know if anyone else was like this, but like I went from like high school to college, and I feel like in early college I was like, oh, I can't read these books anymore.
Yeah,
like
I was like that too.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to read like adult books, but then you realize it's like all books are books. Like you should be able to read whatever you want. I as an adult could read middle grade if I want. Like it doesn't matter. It's a book.
Literally.
But I feel like for me in college I was like, oh, I need to read like adulty books, so I shouldn't read like YA. And I think that's when like a lot of those they weren't coming out, but they were getting popular.
Absolutely. And not only that, like I feel like you have to unlearn that too. And realize like reading is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, so it's like whatever makes you happy. Like if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But if you enjoy it, like read it. It doesn't matter. Like
exactly. And so I think that's why I was so apprehensive to read Harry Potter, because I was like, I kind of missed that boat. Like I don't think I'm gonna relate to it anymore.
You're like, oh, like everyone liked it when they were younger, but not anymore. But you're
completely
obsessed
wrong.
with it.
Completely wrong. It's been so fun. Like,
has it been hard to get into other books?
Absolutely.
Really?
Like,
because all you want to read is that.
Really, like I feel like it's homework to read other books now, and I have not felt like that.
What?
So long.
That's when you know you love the series.
Like usually, I've noticed before, like that I really have never been into another series since Twilight, because like other books, I'm like, okay, well, I read enough today. I feel good. Now I'm like, I can't read enough. Like I need to
love
know.
that insatiable hunger when you're like, I can't get. You're just like eat them all up.
And not only that, I'm like, when I'm about to go to bed, I always read before I go to bed anyway, but like now I'm like, okay, I have to go to bed. I need to put this book down. Like I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Like I need to put this book down, and I haven't felt that feeling since Twilight. And I'm like, okay, I love it here. Like,
oh my God,
it's so good. I love it so much. Because you love romance so much and you're genuinely not into fantasy, I'm not sure if you would love it, but I was not into fantasy. Yeah. Like, I am not into fantasy, but I am obsessed with this series. So I feel like I'm 50-50 with you loving it. I don't know, like, which way it would be.
And I don't know either, because, like, again, for an example, I read Fourth Wing. Yeah. And I did not think that I was going to like it. Yeah. But I did. I really liked it. And then I was like, okay, let me pick up Iron Flame because like I love Fourth Wing so much. I cannot get myself to read Iron Flame. Just
have you started it?
I haven't started it at all. No,
okay.
But I can't get myself to read it. And I think it's just because even though I enjoyed Fourth Wing, I just love romance.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I will say though, is it? Iron Flame. Iron Flame.
That's when you know we're getting tired.
Yeah, right.
What is it?
Exactly. Iron Flame does have the romance from Fourth Wing, but it's nowhere near as pertinent. And I do feel like the Iron Flame book was much less thought out than Fourth Wing. I just felt like I just felt like it was maybe rushed, and I felt like she didn't put in enough time to really develop those characters, and they were arguing about the same thing for the whole book, and it was very exhausting.
That would be frustrating.
Yes.
I would like get so tired of that fast.
Yes, exactly. And so like initially when I was first reading it, just the excitement of reading it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a 5-star.
Yeah.
And then slowly I had to keep taking down stars. I'm like, yes, and I was like, oh my god.
What did you end up rating that one?
I think it was a 3-star.
3?
Yeah, and initially, like when I first read the first book, that was a 4-star for me.
Yeah,
and I could not fathom that it would be lower for the next book. But genuinely, I just felt like I don't know.
That's just what it was.
Yeah, and like she just kept like I want you to read it and I want to see your opinion.
I don't know if I will though, because that book is so thick, and I've never like DNF'd a book. Like I will if I start a book, I almost always finish it.
Same, y'all know.
Yeah, and like so many people are like, oh, you should DNF, and I'm like, I already paid for the book.
Exactly.
Like, I paid $30 or whatever for this book. So, like, and I also always think, like, because there have been a lot of books where I'll get, like, halfway through and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. And then I get to the end and it really turns it around for me.
Yeah.
So, like, I always think, what if I had never got to the end of that book? Like, it wouldn't have turned it around for me. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. And usually, again, those books don't end up being 5 stars, but they still end up being, like, really good books. Because that ending, and worth reading, yeah. So, I don't know. I always just like, and that also I feel like if I were to DNF a book and someone was like, "Hey, did you read this?" and I'm like, "Oh, I like started and didn't finish it," they'd always be like, "Oh, well, you just missed this part. Like if you got here, you would have loved it."
Your opinion's no longer valid.
Right?
So it's
yes.
like, let me finish it so that I know that I don't like it, and then I can tell you why I don't like it.
Yes,
that's another reason why.
A full like spectrum of what this book is about.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's
book that you like though.
Yes.
Or that I like. I think that you would.
Yeah.
Really
So you're currently reading My Dark Vanessa. How do you feel about it?
You guys know I'm a romance girl. Like I love this book.
Wow.
Love this book.
And why do you feel like you love it so much? And it's not romance, right?
It's not romance, no. So it's about a girl who, and it's told in past and present timeline. Mm-hmm. The girl, she is like groomed by her teacher. He's like 40.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And yeah, he's 40 and she's 15. And she's like at a boarding school.
Wow.
Yeah, and he like grooms her for years. And then you see that in the past timeline, and then in the present timeline, you see him being accused by multiple other women, saying that he did the same thing to them.
Wow.
Yeah, so the whole story is told from her perspective, but she doesn't feel like she was ever abused.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's interesting because I feel like usually in books, you kind of will see the perspective of someone who has been through something like that, but they like are well aware as adults that like that was messed up. But her, even as an adult, she's like still having a hard time coming to terms with things like that because of all the years. So I don't know. I really am enjoying it. I think it's just she's an interesting character because it's showing why this happens so often, like to younger women, younger men, like how easily it is to be groomed by someone, how people can slip through the cracks in the system. Like it is so good.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm very surprised.
I've been picking it up and I'm like, I don't want to put it down. Like it's like one of those books. And then I'm also reading a love song for Ricky Wilde. I'm barely in this. I'm literally on page 10.
I love that you can read like 1,000 books at once. Like, I literally cannot do that. It's like a superpower.
I think it's because they're all different. So this one is not a romance. Mm-hmm. This one is a romance. Okay. Granted, I'm only 10 pages in, so I'm not very far.
And what's that story about?
So this one is the one that's like, it's kind of magical realism between Harlem, where it's like past and present in Harlem. And the girl, her whole family, they all own a funeral home. Okay. Yeah, and you're like, right?
I did not expect you to say that.
You're like, you thought it was something else. Yeah, it was very interesting. Mm-hmm. They all own a funeral home, but they're all like stupid rich. Okay. And I guess they pass down like their franchise or like their funeral homes to their children whenever they get older. So the one girl, she is supposed to like take on this funeral home, and she's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Like, I actually love making floral arrangements, so I want to, like, be a florist. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, you need to continue, like, the family tradition of being, like, a funeral home, whatever, person. And so, that's not the technical term, but you get what I'm saying. So she's like, I don't want to do that. So in this, you get a lot of her, and this is, I feel like in Tia Williams' books, you just do get a lot of, like, outside the romance, but you get a lot of, like, her family and stuff, but also there's, like, a romantic love interest in this. And there's also supposed to be, like, a magical realism part, which I haven't gotten to or anything, because I literally am not super far in. Did your battery die? Your battery died? Do you have another one?
Yeah, I do. I have one more, like literally one more.
Oh my gosh.
I have 3 batteries. I'm like, thank God I brought all of them. Yeah. I was being excessive at first, and now I'm like, okay, wait.
Yeah, because they both died.
Yes, literally. And like, we've been filming all day. The batteries for this camera do really well.
That's good.
And for like the other camera that I usually use, the Canon, it does not do this well at all. And that one has really good shots for sit-down videos.
Okay.
And this is more for like vlogging.
What's the Canon that you use?
It's the Mark II, and I like that one a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. But the thing is, the battery does not last.
Okay. My voice is like being strange.
Why do? I thought it was just me.
I think it's because we're yelling. Like,
and like we've also been talking for 6 hours.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, why is my throat hurt? Literally. Yeah. So anyway, this one is supposed to have like some magical realism in it. I feel like I'm definitely gonna have lost my voice.
Same.
Like I can literally feel it like cracking. So then there's that, and then this one I haven't started, but I always like to bring a thriller because sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm not in the mood for any of these books. I'm in the mood for a thriller. And when I'm in a mood for a thriller, I have to drop everything and, like, pick up that thriller.
Yeah.
So this is about a girl who, she was 16. She has facial deformity. She accuses 4 boys in her class of an unthinkable crime. And the community is torn apart because they can't decide, is she telling the truth or is she not?
Why do they not think that she's telling the truth?
I think it's a courtroom thriller, so you
okay.
get both sides,
Gotcha.
where both sides look like there's truth on both sides.
Ooh,
I
like
think
that.
as the reader, the thrilling part is like you don't know what the truth is until the very end. So yeah, and I've never read a courtroom thriller, so because they're very different from regular thrillers, and I feel like regular thrillers, they take you like throughout a whole story of like what's happening, and they do that in courtroom thrillers, but it's more in like past timeline as they're telling the story in the courtroom. So yeah, this is my first courtroom thriller. Like the words look so big, like I'm like, this is so easy to read. Yeah, so anyway, that's what and this is less than 300 pages, $2.95.
That sounds
so I have
very
those 3 books, and then on my Kindle, I am reading, or not reading yet, but I plan on reading Broken Clocks by Danielle Allen. Her writing just has like a lot of dialogue. It's fun. It's short. So I'm like, if I, because these are more like these two. This is a heavier book for sure, and this one is heavy, but it's not like heavy on the romance. Like, and I already knew that.
Right.
So I'm like, if I get to the point where I want to read like a very heavy on the romance type book, where it's like all romance and only romance, I'll pick up that one. So,
Okay.
So anyway, I'm always reading 3 to 4 books.
Oh my god, it's insane. Like, I tried that initially, and I just found that, like, I don't have I'm a tunnel person.
Yeah.
Tunnel vision type of person.
Yes.
I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too. I'm like, dang.
And
What
so,
time
like,
is it?
I have no... Girl, it is 11. This is way past our bedtime.
See, but this is what happens when we talk. Like, we literally start talking and we're like, what time is it? It's like, oh my god, it's been 3 hours. Like,
wow. And like, the
That's
pasta making
crazy.
class ended at 9:30. Can you believe it? Like, what were we doing all of that time?
yes.
Like, I don't even understand. But as I was saying, like, I'm a tunnel vision type of person. So like, when I do one thing, I need to do that one thing.
Yeah.
And then finish
and
then
do the next thing.
Yes, exactly. Because I initially tried to like read multiple books, and I just could not finish any of them because I'm like, I just feel so torn. I feel like I'm in a different like book every single time, and I just changed my mindset, and like I couldn't even really focus on the book. So I'm like, okay, this is just not for me. Like, it's just
and
not
I feel like it's not for everyone. Like, you can so easily like get distracted and like and not finish any of them.
Exactly. And like initially I'm like, okay, that makes so much sense. I need to read multiple books. But actually I cannot. Like, I literally cannot, or I just won't finish anything, and then I feel overwhelmed, and then it feels like,
and you're like, I have too many.
Exactly. And then it's like I feel like I have so many unfinished projects, even though know, it's reading and it's supposed to be fun, but like also
when it's that many, it could be stressful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I need to just step back, pick
just
one
pick
that
one,
I like,
read
and
one.
then just read it. And I found that I am definitely that kind of person.
Yeah.
So like now that I've been reading, I've been trying to obviously like finish the Harry Potter series, but also like I want to read the books that you guys have told me about.
Yeah.
And so initially, like, now I only read Harry Potter when I'm either on my lunch break at work or I read at night.
Okay.
And then if I'm not reading during those times, then I read like the books that you guys have told me about.
Okay.
So right now I'm literally on the last like maybe 20 pages of the book that Lynette picked out, which is A Certain Hunger, which is about cannibalism. It's about this woman who's like a foodie who like starts eating people and like literally so crazy. But the thing is, like, it reminds me a lot of American Psycho, so I'm not like very on it right now. Yeah. But like
at least
you're
trying it. It's different. Yeah.
And it's not something that I would have read otherwise. So like it's nice to be outside of my bubble and like my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And as I'm finishing that, the next book that I'm going to start is Untethered Soul, and that was the book that
I've heard that's
Alexis,
so good.
Yes, that's the book that Alexis told me about. And like I read the first few pages on my actual birthday, and I was like, wow, I genuinely love this. Like I can already tell that I'm gonna. You know how sometimes you just know. Yes. And like that gave me that feeling.
I
so
feel
I'm
like usually when you have that feeling, you're like, yeah, it's for sure gonna be a 5-star.
Yes,
It's like I need to read it at the right time. Like let's get rid of
Exactly.
these other books.
Yes.
Like finish that so I can be like
Exactly.
honed in on this one.
Absolutely. And like I read like the first 30 pages and that's still like a good amount to like, figure out what it's going to be about. And even after that I was like, I'm going to love this book.
Really?
Like I already have that feeling, so I'm excited to get to that book. Because like right now I'm just like trying to get through the book that I'm currently reading, but like I feel like it's going to be like a 2.5 star book, but this one I feel like it's going to be close to a 5 star.
And that's almost like it's an even better feeling when you come from a really like not your favorite book going into like one that you're obsessed with.
Yes, or like you're going
gonna
like.
Exactly.
It's like,
ooh, you're probably just itching.
Exactly.
To get to it.
Yeah, and that's like the most magical thing about reading, when you know that you're excited about just reading words on a page. Like how insane is that? Like
how insane is it that we can like feel so many feelings just from words on a page?
Crazy.
Like cry, like literal tears coming down from our face from words on a page. Like
literally it's so magical. Like I feel like in a world that's so full of chaos constantly and like constant moving parts, it's so nice to detach sometimes and just find a book that like really resonates with you.
You're getting me excited to like literally rub my feet together and start reading tonight. Like I'm gonna be like,
that's like what we've been saying. Like that's what we're most excited about, is just getting to read, going to bed,
going
and getting to read.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, this is so
I know it was so fun. We have to do this again, like so soon.
I love your Teddy Blake bag, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So
oh my god,
cute.
it's like my favorite thing. It's like
I
such
love
a
the
cute
color
like
of
New York
it.
City woman book bag.
No,
I love it. Yeah, it's so adorable.
Yeah, I love it.
And I feel like this like adds a pop of color with your outfit, because I usually wear just like neutrals.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, wait, I'm here. I'm trying.
I'm doing my best.
Literally.
Well, I don't know if I'll probably see you guys tomorrow morning. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed because my voice is literally like,
oh my god,
I can
same.
hear
I
it
have to go to
cracking.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah, and you
I
still have a
so
long
much-
drive to go home.
I literally have to take an hour train, and then I have to go get my car, and then at
And
least
it's
it's only
already
10 minutes away.
what?
It's
11,
11.
12.
Yeah, 11, 12. All right, guys.
All right, bye. I'm getting ready to leave in about 10 minutes. I just got out of the shower and I'm trying to get like my bags and stuff together. We found out just like out of the blue yesterday that Bane, he's like not doing the best, that he might have like spleen cancer, or he might have like a rupture in his stomach and be like bleeding in his intestines. So that was very stressful, and I feel like I found that out like middle of the day yesterday, and I feel like it's just been like a looming cloud over me all day, because it's like, you guys know, we just found out like he's cancer free, and then like Brady, while I was gone yesterday, took him to the emergency vet because he just wasn't acting right. Like he wasn't eating, and you know that dog is like, he's a big boy. He just wasn't eating anything, and he was like super lethargic and like falling over, and his legs like weren't holding him up. So I feel like the last part of the trip has been like a little stressful, and I feel like I've also been in my head a little bit. Like I was telling the girls yesterday that I admire them so much because they are able to like open up and be like vulnerable, and I really struggle with that, and I don't think that I realized how much I struggle with that until like, I mean, I already knew that I struggle with like opening up and being vulnerable and like sharing more of myself, but I don't think I realized until other friends around me were doing that, and like I just couldn't. And I think a lot of that comes from like being burned in the past and like opening up to people and like them not being like, I wouldn't say like having the response that I would want, because like that's not really it. More of like, I feel like in the past I've opened up to people and they have kind of not recognized my struggle as something that is believable or something that is like worthy of empathy. And I don't know, I think that just like makes me nervous to ever like open up to people again, because like I wouldn't want that response. And I also feel like I have also been in my head a lot this weekend, just in general, because I feel like the more friends I get, and this is the thing, is like, even if you're getting more friends, like sometimes getting more friends is not the the solution if you haven't like healed yourself. And I know that I still have healing to do, because I have been so in my head this weekend, just like, I don't know, thinking like thoughts like, I don't know if they like me, like, and I think it's because it's such a large group of women, and like I love all of them so much, and I'm so grateful and appreciative of their friendship. And I like, literally no one's doing anything to make me think that. It's literally all in my own head. And I feel like I've had a lot of thoughts like that as a kid. Like as a kid, I thought like no one wants me to be around and like no one likes me, but it was because it was actually true. Like in high school and in college, I had a lot of friends who would invite me places, but it was more like an afterthought. Like they would be like, oh, we're going to the mall, and I'd be like, oh, like that's fun that you're going. And like they would be telling me like, yeah, we're going to the mall, like we planned it yesterday. And I'd be like, oh, like that's cool. And they'd be like, oh, I mean, I guess you could come. Like, but they had like already organized like whatever they were doing, and then they just happened to like tell me. So then they felt inclined to invite me because they like kind of slipped up and told me that they were like doing the thing. But most of the time, like I wouldn't be invited, or I would be trying to get myself invited to doing things with friends. And I don't know, I think that has really like, that fear is still there as an adult, which is wild, because it's like I am an adult, like I'm grown, and I'm still like struggling with the same thoughts that I have or had as a child. But those thoughts were valid in that moment because it was actually true. But now it's like I have such healthy friendships, and like I'm in such healthy relationships that like that shouldn't even be like any thought in my mind, like at all. Like I don't know, I just like, I have friends who like listen and who love me and care about me, and I don't know, you just like sometimes have a hard time letting go of the past. And I feel like I have really been struggling with that with this weekend. On top of that, I went to the pasta making class last night, which was so fun. Like just one of the best experiences I have had in a very, very long time. And I think I've just never been to a pasta making class, so I didn't really expect it to be anything. And it was like way better than I could have even expected. And I went to the pasta making class, and we like made so many memories. But while I was there, they were playing jazz music like all night, and it was like jazz music that my dad loved. And I feel like I've been very open about this. Like I am still grieving heavily my dad like being gone. And like you guys know that my mom, she also moved, and I'm starting to cry. And my mom, she moved, and so it's felt like a loss, like a double loss, because she moved. She's like a 4-hour plane ride away now, and she used to be like so close. So, and I hate to like get on here and just like be sad and stuff, because I want this to be a place where you guys find joy, but like it has been so hard without my dad, and it's so hard without mom. And obviously I still like FaceTime and stuff with my mom, but it has been so hard. And I feel like no one really understands what grief is like at all, until you've like been through a loss. And like it's like you see them like everywhere, like everything reminds you of them, and how you're like never gonna see them again. And like my family, we've all like, we were always really close, and we are still really close now, but like the dynamic is just different because like obviously my mom doesn't live in my town and my dad's like gone, and it's only been like what I think like 4 months now since he's been gone, and it's just been like really hard. And I feel like I see him everywhere in the sense of like, you know, his favorite songs will come on, and like last night whenever we were making pasta, and like, so he loves like Stevie Wonder, and like we would always play Stevie Wonder in the car, and he would like sing it, and like we would all sing it, and like it was always like his song, like his songs. He you know, just always like loved his music, and he also loved just like jazz in general. And they were like playing like all night last night, and I just like, and that's the thing about grief is like I feel like you will feel this like heavy sadness in a moment that like no one else understands. So it's a very isolating feeling because you like can't be like, hey guys, like I'm in the middle of making pasta, but like I kind of want to like sob my eyes out right now because I like miss my dad. And like, you know, you just kind of have to like be like, okay, I still feel like that sadness that is just like there. And like so many people have said that like that doesn't go away because grief is like forever. And I'm like, cool, I'm just gonna like feel like this forever. Like I don't know how people do that. Like it's just, it's hard. My dad, I feel, was way too young to like be gone. He was in his early 60s, and it doesn't feel fair. And it doesn't feel fair that like other people get their dad. And like my dad like didn't drink. He like was a church going person, like the happiest person you will have like ever met. People always said like he was always in the best mood, like, you know, he was just like so happy. And like when he was in a wheelchair and like wasn't able to walk anymore, like he went from walking my entire life to being in a wheelchair like in his late 50s because he like had a stroke and then started having seizures, and then he needed a kidney transplant. And like he still was just like in the best mood and like so happy. And maybe the reason why like I've just like been thinking so much this weekend specifically about him was my dad had this church conference that he would always go to, and the conference was in Springfield, and he would always go with his brothers. And whenever he was the one who organized the conference, and they would get together. It was like a conference about leadership and like being like a better husband, a better friend, a better son. And my dad like grew up with a dad who was a pastor, but before my grandpa was a pastor, he really struggled with like alcoholism, and most of his life like he really struggled with that. And he also struggled a lot with just like showing up as a like good father. So my dad at the age of like 10 had to like help provide food, and like he used to shine shoes and work as a janitor, and he would like give all of his money to his mom because he was the oldest of all of like them, and he would give his money to his mom so that he could like help provide for them, because my grandma was a stay-at-home mom and my grandpa at the time was not like stepping up to be like the dad that he should have been. And they ended up like having a great relationship by the time that my grandpa passed away, because he like got his life together and stuff. But I think my dad has always been the one to like really pull together like his brothers and family, and he's always been obviously an incredible dad because he didn't want to ever fall into like the footsteps of his own father, which I think is why he like never drank, and like, you know, was just very like just an incredible dad. Like, I mean, he would get off work, like he would work 60 hours a week and get off work and like wrestle with my brothers or like play Legos with them when they were younger. Like he would take all of us to the park, and he would buy like peanut brittle from like the Dollar General, and we would go and like bike around the park, and he would just like sit and just like hang out with us, or he would like come and play on like the monkey bars and stuff. He would take us to the library. Like, when I think of my dad, like he has always been very active. Like whenever I went to college, he was the one who drove me there with my family, and like was just like so proud. And like whenever I started this career, he's just like, you know, you can shoot for the stars. And he would always be like, are you still shooting for the stars? Are you still shooting for the stars? And I just like miss every bit of him, like so much. And just doesn't feel fair. But I feel like I was getting even more emotional this weekend because that conference was this weekend, and Brady, he was invited to go by my uncle, who's the second oldest, and he was like, we're going in honor of my dad. And so they all went, and Brady was saying it was really good to see everyone, and obviously like it was a very emotional thing. But, yeah. Anyway, this weekend has just been a very like heavily emotional weekend. And I have a lot of travels coming up, and I don't want like the other trips to be like this. Like I'm going to St. Lucia, I'm going to California. Like I have so many trips coming up. I just want to really enjoy them, but I feel like this weekend has been so emotionally heavy that I just like am really struggling. So yeah, I don't even know if I'll add this into the vlog or not. I feel like I do this a lot where I will like film something that feels vulnerable, and then I'm like, wait, like I don't know if I want to share that, because like vulnerability is just like really hard for me. It's very, very hard. But anyway, I'm packing up my bags and I'm gonna head to the airport. We'll probably hang out in the airport for a little bit, maybe go to a bookstore that's in the airport. I didn't get to go to the bookstore that I went to last night, the book club bar, so we might do that. But anyway, let's head out.
What was it they used to say? Seeking you will find. There is nothing in you that is fading. All you ever do is shine. You are brighter all the time. And I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you. I don't wanna waste it on anybody.
We're at the end of the vlog, and it's time for me to show you guys the book that I ended up getting in Barbara's bookstore. I feel like Chicago's bookstore in the airport is so good. Like I always end up finding good books there, and I actually ended up finding a book that doesn't even come out until the 19th, and it's the 17th right now. So literally this is like a early book, and I'm so excited because I really wanted to get this. This was on my most like anticipated books for this year, and the book is Where Sleeping Girls Lie, and this is from the same author that wrote Ace of Spades, which I really loved. I rated that book I think 4 stars. Really enjoyed the writing. It was very unique. And this says, secrets haunt these hollowed halls. Again, this doesn't come out until the 19th. So I was literally telling the girl in the bookstore, I was like, oh my God, this book doesn't come out till the 19th. I'm so excited. And she was just like, cool. Like, you gonna buy the book or not? Like, I was just like freaking out. On the inside it says, it's like I keep stumbling into a dark room, searching for the switch to make things bright again. Sade Hussein is starting her 3rd year of high school, this time at the prestigious Alfred Noble Academy boarding school after being homeschooled. Misfortune has been a constant companion throughout her life, but even she doesn't expect her new roommate, Elizabeth, to disappear after her first night, or for people to think she had something to do with it. Oh my God, with rumors swirling around her, she catches the attention of the girls collectively known as the Unholy Trinity, and they bring her into their fold. Between learning more about them, especially Persephone, who she inexplicably is drawn to, and playing catch up in class, she already has so much on her plate. But when it seems, I'm literally so excited, but when it seems people don't care enough about what happened to Elizabeth, it's up to her and Elizabeth's best friend, Baz, to investigate. And then a student is found dead. As Sade and Baz keep trying to figure out what's going on, she realizes there's more to Alfred Noble Academy and its students than she thought. Secrets lurk around every corner and beneath every surface I literally cannot talk. Beneath every surface, secrets that rival even her own. This looks so good. Oh my God. I cannot wait to read this. Oh, wow. Wow. It says that she wrote, it took her years to write this book. Wow. She said that this was very hard to write. There's a sizable gap between Ace of Spades, which is why. Wow. It says Where Sleeping Girls Lie is about a lot of things. It's about the necessity of community and the importance of joy and the importance and joy of platonic relationships. It's about the ghosts that haunt us and that we haunt back, and it's about the many valid ways we respond to painful experiences. This looks really good. The first sentence. The world was silent when she drowned. And then the first sentence of like the actual like chapter. The night it happened, there was a party. I cannot wait to read this. I'm so excited. I feel like there's nothing that gets me more excited about like a new release of a book that I've been so excited to read. And now the question is like, when am I gonna read it? Because I got so many books that are being released. Like, I still want to read The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. Like, there's so many. Comment below if you guys feel like authors are like releasing books faster than you can keep up with, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Like, I get so excited about it, but comment below if you guys feel like authors are just like, they're dropping books like it's nothing. And I mean, granted, this author did say it's taken her like years to write this, but like, I just feel like maybe I've found so many authors that I love, whereas before I didn't have as many authors that I loved. So like, I wasn't really as excited when new books were coming out because I wasn't like obsessed with these authors, but like I'm obsessed with these authors. Like, I loved Ace of Spades. It was such a good book. And I feel like another book similar to Ace of Spades, if you've read that one, is Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. I rated that one 4.5 out of 5 stars. I feel like the story was really good. It's not really a thriller. It's more of like a dystopian type book. Like, it's not fantasy, but like, I feel like if I were to throw it into any like category, it would be more like dystopian, like Battle of the Fittest, and like it gives Squid Games vibes. Really love that book, and I feel like I'll really love this one too. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bookish fun weekend. I had the best time. There were so many fun memories that were made, and I'm sure that there will be on the next little trip that we have together. I think we're gonna do another group trip soon. We just like love hanging out, and we kept saying whenever we were hanging out that like, it's so rare to find friends that you just want to talk to for hours. And like, literally that happened the entire time that we were there. We just like would be sitting in a coffee shop and we would be like, oh shoot, it's been 2.5 hours. Or like when we went back to the hotel, we were like, oh my God, it's been 2.5 hours. We went to the bookstore. Oh my God, it's been 2 hours. Like, we were at the pasta place and we looked around and like, oh my God, everybody has went home. Like, we had dessert, they were cleaning up and stuff. And we were like, we're still here talking. And then whenever Kalila like came back to the hotel, she came back literally just to get her stuff. Like, that's all she came back for. And she came back and we're like, oh my God, it's been like over an hour. Like, that just happened the whole trip. And I feel like that is such a blessing. I feel so grateful for those friendships, and it's also like, just, I don't know, I feel like is it such a good balance with like how hard life has felt lately. I feel like having friendships like that just makes me feel equally loved and equally like there are beautiful things still to be found in the world, and there's still joy out there, and there is still just so much goodness. And I feel like I really try to hold on to that whenever like I am having like a really rough day. And I also feel like I really try to lean into the memories and moments that I'm making here now in the present that are good. And I don't know, I just feel like this weekend was a really good one and very, very special. It was so nice to celebrate Kalila's birthday. And yeah, it was just so great. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.